Warren Buffett's 7 ultimate advice to every ambitious young person. The Great Depression was one of the most trying times in American history. It is also the period when one of the world's best investors was born. Warren Buffett is often referred to as the Oracle of Omaha because of his philosophy and uncanny success with his investments. With a net worth of at least $88 billion and an expanding conglomerate, Buffett is one of the best persons you can get advice from if you are young, ambitious, and looking to become successful in the near future. Here are 7 pieces of advice from Warren Buffett to you. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to After School Africa channel for more inspiring videos like this. Keep watching because it gets more interesting the deeper we go. Number 1. It helps if you can be satisfied with an inner scorecard. What are your values? How willing are you to stand by them? Your inner scorecard is that intrinsic value scale that drives you. Buffett set out on his own path early in life, although his family was financially stable. He bought his first shares at 11 years old. By the time he was 13, he was working 2 shifts as a newspaper delivery boy, selling golf balls, stamps, Coca-Cola, and magazines door to door while working as an editor. By the time he was 15, he owned a farm and was already an employer of labor. He must have come across as weird since he was busy doing all that adult stuff when boys his age were getting into all sorts of trouble. Today, he is the 3rd richest person in the world because he understood the importance of living by his own standards. Don't run with the crowd. Be satisfied with your inner scorecard. That is the only way you will impact the world with your own personality, ideas, and visions. Number 2. You can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. Do you know that Buffett earned most of his wealth after his 50th birthday? Most of his investments were and are still long-term. For example, when Buffett purchased Berkshire Hathaway, it was a struggling textile mill. Today, it is a conglomerate with significant investments in Bank of America, Coca-Cola, and Heinz. It also owns Geico, Duracell, and Dairy Queen, among several others. None of all these acquisitions happened overnight. They took time. One mistake most young people make is that they expect to achieve great results overnight. Rome was not built in a day, so you can't build an empire overnight. Put in the work and be patient. Great things takes time. Number 3. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Always invest in things that provide value. Much of Buffett's current net worth of over $80 billion is a product of a lifetime of multiple yet shrewd investments in companies like the National Fire and Marine Insurance Company, Hochschild, Berkshire Hathaway, the National Indemnity Insurance, and the American Express. Take calculated risk and only invest in those things that are guaranteed to add or provide value. Whether it's education or some new skill, ask yourself what you expect to gain from this investment. How will it further your goals and how much value will it offer in say 10 years? Number 4. If you buy things you don't need, you will soon sell things you need. Live below your means. Buffett's lifestyle is a lesson in frugality. He still uses the same decks after 50 years. As a matter of fact, the man still lives in a modest home which he bought in 1958. Although it's natural to spend more when you have more money, you should learn to live within your means. This attitude with money is the foundation for achieving financial success. Number 5. Take a job that you love. Build your ambition on those things you enjoy doing. When you enjoy what you do, you will develop the zeal and drive to give your best. Buffett believes that these kinds of jobs make you jump out of bed and tap dance to work every morning. He describes the feeling as lying on my back and painting the ceiling. When you feel like this, accomplishments will occur naturally because work becomes fun and you will find it easier to put in the needed hours. Number 6. The more you learn, the more you earn. Buffett believes that one of the best investments is devoting at least 5 hours every week to learning because it helps you stay abreast of changes and keeps you in the best position to make the most of opportunities that comes your way. Buffett is known for constantly spending hours behind locked office doors reading. In fact, he taught himself most of what he knows about investments. If Buffett in his late 80s still reads to learn, why wouldn't you? Make constant learning a habit now, and in the near future you won't recognize who you have become. If Buffett still reads, why shouldn't you? Number 7. Pick associates whose behavior is better than yours and you will drift in that direction. Whether you are a young professional or aspiring entrepreneur, the people you associate with will rub off on you, making you better or worse. Buffett once claimed that he is successful today because he has always surrounded himself with people who are better than him in certain areas. Do you know how he managed his numerous companies? He sends a letter where he outlines his goals for the year after praising the achievement of the previous year. No meetings or phone calls, just letters. He can afford to do that because he has surrounded himself with smart people. Look closely at your social and professional circles. Who are you surrounded by? Life's journeys get easier when we have directions to help us negotiate the twists and turns along the way. Adopt the lessons from this great mind, practice and own them. What's one lesson you are taking away? Let us know in the comment section. If you are yet to subscribe to After School Africa channel, this is likely a good time to subscribe. Until next time, your success matters.